This Minecraft house doesn't exist. It's actually a terrible AI generated image I found on Pinterest. So, since this garbage slop is literally everywhere, I'm gonna try to build 5 different AI houses for real in Minecraft. Starting with the easier ones and getting more difficult as the video goes on. So let's get right into it. All right, so get started here with the first house. It's like pretty simple in shape, but I think the color is kind of interesting. It's like a very bright red. I think the roof is probably spruce. I would say maybe dark oak, but I think I'm gonna go spruce. And it's on this like weird sort of foundation. So I think it's the first thing we should get in here. I would say it's like on a 2 wide center, I think. Maybe like 4 across on the sides. Beautiful path. Okay, beautiful is a bit of a stretch. It's too red for me to use mangrove, so I'm probably gonna have to use concrete. Just gonna try to get the front just to like see the sort of scale I should go for. Has a trim on it, and there needs to be a window on each side. So I think I'm gonna make it 1 bigger. I think that'll make sense. All right, let's see what we're working with. I've built better, you know. All right, let's slow down here. Let's not jump to any conclusion, you know. That might be the best we can do. I don't know. It looks pretty bad, I will say. Yikes. It just needs a roof, you know? It just needs like the whole rest of the house. It'll look good. It'll look good once it's all done for sure. This is supposed to be the easiest one of the video, so I'm not feeling great about it. Yikes. I think it'll look good once we like texture and get a roof on. Like actually, I think we just gotta be patient here, you know? Okay, all right, let's get the roof shape in. That'll save it. Okay, you know what? Like, we're getting there, y'all. This sheep gotta go, man. But we're getting there. All right, there's this like thing that comes across kind of like I almost want to say like that, but like I think stairs might make more sense because it has like a bit of like a lip. So I think stairs make sense there. Looks a bit flat, but whatever. Let's chill. There's a window here. I want to try to get like a trim of some sort, maybe shelves. It's like a bit big though. I'll think about it. I'll leave it for now. But that's okay. It is coming together now. All right, it's coming together a bit. I will say I'm gonna remove these for now just because I'm gonna need texture stuff. So those get in the way. All right, I'm gonna fill everything in and then we'll get to details, and that's kind of where it should come alive, I think. All right, I think it's kind of coming together. I don't know. I need this dormer on top, which is a little weird. In the image, it seems slightly off center, but I just don't think that's really gonna happen. So I'm just gonna build it normally. Looks like kind of slabs, I guess. It's not terrible. And there's like red, like, I guess, chimney. It doesn't really look too much like a chimney, but it's like slightly off center. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're getting there. Window in here. I think it would look better. I think that looks better than if I had that like empty. So I think we'll go with that. All right, I'm just gonna texture, get the windows in, some grass, and I think this house is about done. I don't know. This house is dedicated to my patron Skrick, so I appreciate your support. But with that, you know, some texturing, kind of some small details, some plants out around. I'm pretty happy with it. Quick shader look, of course. And yeah, you know what? Not bad for the first house of this video. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's move on to the second one. Hopefully it's a bit more interesting since this one, you know, a little generic, but I'm pretty happy with it. All right, for the second house of this video, we have this absolute banger. I don't really know what this is meant to be. I mean, okay, obviously I do. It's like an apple, but like, I don't know why this was generated, but let's get right into it. I don't even know where to begin. I guess with that like front part of the house, that kind of is the only normal house shape part. I feel like that's kind of hard to mess up. It's got a bit of a foundation layer on it. It's got some oak and maybe sandstone there. Might be terracotta. Maybe I'll change it later. I don't know. But yeah, let's just get this front part in because like we'll base the scale of the rest of it around that, I think. I'm scared. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing from the thing, I guess. Oh my God, I'm a poet. I got away with words. All right, now we gotta build the apple on the back of it. I'm just gonna use red wool for now. I'm not gonna keep this as the thing. I just don't feel like thinking about what block that is right now. Loki. Of course, it's gotta be even, you know? Why wouldn't it be, you know? It kind of just seems to do this. Like just step down a bit and then end. I don't know. Like that seems like the shape on the front. You know what I mean? It just steps down twice and then it goes straight down. So I guess we could just copy it on every side and make it an apple shape, I guess. I don't know. All right. That's kind of the outer walls of this done. And it's beautiful. You know, it's great. Let's fill these like gaps in here. I mean, it's kind of it. I feel like the bottom like, should be flatter. It doesn't look that spherical in the AI image. So I'm going to make an executive call here. And we're going to make it slightly less circular. And I think that already looks better. I don't know. Yeah, it does. And then there's like the same sort of like sandstone sort of color up here. Like, what am I building, man? Like, what am I building? All right, there's like a stem with like some sort of like leaf coming out, which I can't do centered, so we'll put it here. And this leaf like goes. Like, it looks like it just kind of blends into the background, which is kind of funny, but we'll just do something like that. That's chill. Get this chimney in, some stone bricks, you know, pretty standard. Nothing crazy. Yeah, this looks terrible. All right, surely it's just missing some final texturing here. What do I use for this? Let's get some blocks out that are like on the table, you know? It's kind of looking pink terracotta-y, I don't know. But not really. Like, kind of. Maybe red terracotta. Yeah. Maybe just like red terracotta with some like highlights. Let's see how that looks. Let me get some texturing in. I feel like this looks objectively bad, but I like it, so we're gonna keep it. Let's get the leaves in, and then we'll just kind of see where we're at. Of course, can't forget the lantern. Okay, how are we looking? It's kind of tough, actually. Hold up. It's slop, but it's kind of tough. Oh, there's a window on this side. Can't forget that. Essential. Kind of looks like there's just white blocks on the side of this, so I guess we'll something like that. I don't know. Okay. All right, now we got these mushrooms, which I'll give my best shot. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to build them. They're kind of small scale, but we'll see. All right, put some mushrooms and just some flowers in to kind of get like similar sort of like colors around. I'm actually pretty happy with it. Quick shader look. Like low-key kind of sick for like the slop original image. Obviously it doesn't make much sense, but I think it's, I don't know, it's here, it's a build. I'm happy with it. Let's move on to the next one. Hopefully it's kind of a bit more house-like, I don't know. And this house is of course dedicated to my patron Lexaa. I appreciate your support. I definitely did not forget to do this earlier and I'm not recording this later, but yeah, let's move on to the next one. But real quick before we get to the next house, I just want to say I have a Discord link down below, discord.gg/rowannn2ns. A lot of cool people in there. I'd really appreciate you stop by. We got some build tip channels, all that kind of stuff. You know, people talk about Minecraft or whatever you want to talk about on there. You know, it's pretty cool. Yeah, because there's something by. I also got a Minecraft server, lmao.us. More info in the Discord. But yeah, let's move on to the next house. All right, so next up we got this sort of like barn-looking thing. It's kind of weird because it's like tall. I feel like it's tall for a barn, but it's definitely a barn. I'm gonna get like red and white wool out. I'm just gonna use that to kind of plan the shape, and then we'll get actual blocks in. Also, it's like a stone brick foundation. I feel like this is gonna be a pretty easy one. It's just like very obvious where the blocks are meant to be. So I'm gonna real quick get the foundation shape out, and then we'll go from there. All right, so that's basically like the size of the foundation. I just use like the windows and stuff, obviously. And like the front will have like a door like here, you know what I mean? It's pretty simple, all right? The shape is pretty simple, I'm not gonna lie here. All right, how tall is this really? I mean, again, I can use the windows. I'll get glass out real quick. Every AI image still use like the old glass texture, which is kind of funny. It's something like that, pretty much. There's really not that much red in this build other than the roof. There's a lot more white, I feel like. Okay, and this goes like this, of course. Beautiful. The red in. Pretty straightforward, I will say. Pretty straightforward. All right, so that is one wall. And you know, it's not bad. It's really not bad. I'm just gonna like fill this frame in real quick. Okay, hold up. This looks terrible. Wow, what a beautiful build. Wow. Yikes. All right, so next up, I gotta do this roof shape, and there's no way for me to make it like the shape it is in the AI image, I don't think. Like a mix between like a medieval roof and like a barn roof. I don't really know. I'll try something, we'll see. It does just kind of look like that, but that looks awful. And of course, it's like even, so it's gonna look garbage, which is sick. There's something like that at the front too. I don't know how to really make that look not atrocious. It is just kind of that shape, but it looks so bad. It looks so bad. Maybe if I fill this in, it'll look better. The window here. Yeah, that's not great. Maybe if we like make it go up more first. They both look pretty bad, I will say. Look, you can hate on it all you want, and I agree with you, but like it's accurate. So I don't know what you want me to do. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it looks. So whatever, we'll go with that. Just fill the roof in real quick. Okay, okay. All right, that looks terrible, but whatever. It's kind of accurate. I don't know. There's like stuff at the front, but I just don't know how I'm supposed to do it. Yeah, I mean, actually, I guess. Yeah, maybe I should stop complaining and just do stuff because usually it's easier than I think. All right, that's sick. There's like spikes almost going through here for some reason. I don't know why, but whatever. All right, you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. All right, that's not the worst thing ever. I don't know how I'm gonna texture it. I might just do it like I did the first house over there. It kind of looks similar. It's a really bright red, so I can't use mangrove. It just won't be the right color at all. But I think we'll just do the same texture we did on the first house, and we'll just see how it looks. Replace this with the glass panes real quick. It just looks better. Like, come on. Bit of depth in there, you know? All right, that's kind of like the house itself, like, done at a very basic level. I think all I really need is the lanterns. I need this, like, front part, which I should try to get in now, I guess. The same block as right here. Need some slabs. I just gotta see what we can do. I don't really know. It kind of looks like that. It's a bit big. I don't know. Maybe it'll look better once I get the, like, kind of oak details in. Like, maybe in shelves. I don't know. Go spruce here. It's not the worst thing ever. I mean, that might be fine. Maybe slabs here, though. Or in stairs. No. You know, I think that's fine. I think it looks a little weird, but, like, not in, like, a terrible way. Just in, like, a kind of slop. It's AI slop, you know what I mean? You gotta try to make the best of it. All right, I'm gonna hang these lanterns everywhere. They're, like, really low for some reason. Like, I don't know why. But, like, they hang at, like, this height. Like, why? It's so ugly. That would be the worst part of this whole image, bro. I don't know. That's terrible. I hate that. That sucks. That is awful. All right, I think that's kind of it for like the house itself. I'm gonna real quick get this path in and the animals there, and I might do a slight interior just because you can kind of see in there. So maybe we'll put like some hay bales, and I think we'll be good here. I don't know. This house is dedicated to my patron Eli. I appreciate your support. With that, that's all I got for this house. I'm actually really happy with it. Quick shader look, of course. I'm pretty happy with it. It looks pretty good. I mean, the original image is kind of slop. I think the worst part is literally the lanterns on the sides. I just hate it, but it's not too bad. Let's move on to the next one. All right, next up for the fourth house, we got whatever this thing really is supposed to be. It's like some sort of like Japanese, I don't know, man. It looks terrible. Okay, let's be real. I don't even know where to begin. I guess with the foundation though. I'm not sure like what scale to really make it. I don't know, like, I don't know how I'm gonna fit like a lot of those like roof details in and stuff, but like I'll try, you know, I'll try. All right, so it's something like that, but like, I don't know if that's really enough room to fit all the details in, you know? Let's say it's like too tall, I don't know. I guess I can stack it, you know? Shout out World of it, bro. All right, so if that's the foundation, okay. Like stairs here, then we got like a bit of a porch. Would we be able to fit the house on this? Like, I really don't think so. I'm probably gonna make this like bigger so that this is a square, basically, is kind of my idea, I think. All right, I'm just gonna use like white wool to like plan it. I don't really know what I'm gonna build this out of. Probably white wool, but also like a lot of wood, obviously. Okay, so something like that, and it's probably like 3 or 4 tall. Okay, hear me out here. All right, let's chill out. The roof, like, I think it just has to be brick. It doesn't really look much like anything, but like the average color of it, I'd say, is about brick. So I think we gotta do brick here. The overhang here is like kind of big, so I think I might make it come out like 2 blocks. Like, I don't know. Like, it looks like it comes out more than a block, so I think we'll do something like that. Like, something like that. I don't really like I feel like the shape is wrong, but, like, I wanted wood to kind of poke out of here, so I don't really, like, I don't have much of an option. We could just do double slab, but I don't know if that'll look good. Maybe? I don't know. I'll think about it. Yeah, we're just doing scale right now. I'm just trying to figure out, like, the size of this, because I need room at the top for, like, another layer, which is why it's kind of weird. Okay, like maybe trust the process, you know? It's a trust the process sort of build, I think. The roof shape is so weird. Like, I feel like I have to nail it or it's gonna look really bad. Like, kind of that. I think once we get a lot of details in, it'll look less bad. Like, obviously right now it looks bad. Like, obviously. But that was expected, you know? But I don't think like the shapes and the sizes of these are like unworkable, so I think I'm pretty happy with it. I've never like anything in this sort of style, by the way, so like, my bad. Sorry in advance, man. It's not gonna be great, I don't think, but we'll try. I think the best way to do this is just one thing at a time. So I'm gonna focus on this bottom part for now, and then we'll move up as we like kind of get a style like solidified. So I'm just gonna grab a bunch of like spruce blocks real quick. I know, blah blah blah. You spruce too much. Like, get over it, bro. Nah, low-key though, yeah. All right, so strip logs on the corners. I think it'll just look good. It has like some sort of frame on it, so I think it's the best I can get. Already looking better, you know? One thing at a time. On the left here, I don't really know what I'm looking at. It's some kind of window, but it's like really not, like, at all. But I think I'm gonna interpret it as like a window, just because it'll look better. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, so a lot of the front is wood, actually. There's only like a little bit of the white, like here. And this is, I'm assuming, like a door, right? So I gotta think of how to do that, like, properly. Some kind of like spruce trim under here, perhaps. Maybe like stairs here. I don't know. we'll see. I think it'll look good. I don't know. Just add spruce everywhere, and it can't really go wrong, I don't think. Hey, you know what? Like, that's really not that bad. Some lanterns around, I guess. All right, I'm actually like pretty happy with the bottom floor. I'm obviously gonna texture these walls. I think I'm just gonna use like similar to my last build, where I just kind of white concrete and then calcite, just like something like kind of more subtle. I don't want it to be too much, but I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. Actually, though, like I think it looks really sick. Like I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna do kind of the same thing to this floor, but obviously a bit less detailed, smaller. We'll just kind of see what we can get in here. There's like windows on each side, and then some like spruce sort of looking supports, and then obviously like the like sort of trim thing I got going on here. But it should be pretty simple, I think. Okay, like low key, like why is it kind of fire? Like hold up. All right, what do I do up here? I don't really know. Like it kind of looks like iron bars with like a window behind it. Like I don't know how else to do that in Minecraft. Let me experiment with some stuff here. That's really not bad. That might just be the best I got. That doesn't look bad at all, actually. It's like almost kind of good. Like what am I? All right, whatever. I'm gonna text the roof real quick. We'll get some granite in, polished granite, obviously, and then I don't really know what else to do. Black out the windows, I guess, and then a bit of landscaping around. Maybe a tree. I don't know. I'm not really great at trees, but we'll see how the cookie crumbles. You know. All right, with this low-key horrendous cherry blossom tree, I'm pretty happy with this build overall. This house is dedicated to my patron THROWannn. I appreciate your support. Quick shader look, of course. Like low-key, like why did I kind of cook? Like I don't know. Like I've never built a house in this style before, so I'm pretty happy with it. Be with the fourth house done. It's time for the final house of this video. Let's get right into it. All right, for the final house of this video, we have this sort of like interesting, I don't know how to describe it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna stop talking. But like, it looks pretty cool. I kind of like that there's like these different layers. Like at the bottom, we got this like sort of stone going on, and then we got this like almost terracotta type color. And then at the top, we got, I don't really know, some white though. I don't know. I like the way it looks though. I think it's pretty cool. I kind of like the layers and all that. So I'm gonna get some wool out, I guess, and just start planning, because I don't want to go into this without a plan here. There's like this bottom layer, which I'll use red wool, and there's like this middle layer, and sort of like a block or two back, there's this top layer, basically. By the way, real quick, I figure this is probably good a time as any. If you've never seen a video in the series, the goal isn't like to 100% copy the AI image, right? Like if a color is a bit off or something, I make some sacrifices to like the accuracy to make it look better, okay? And that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So if this is the first video you've seen, my bad if it took me a while to get into that. So that's my bad. Also, you know, comment down below what your favorite house is from the video. I'm curious. But anyway, this part over here, my mouse is freezing, cool. This part over here maybe comes out an extra block, and then it's like a bit wider. I don't know if it's that much wider, probably not. Something like that. There's like 2 layers of stone on this part. This one's like a layer of like stone here. So it's something like that. And there's another layer on top of this one. So the shape is looking something like this. Wow, that is kind of a mess. But hopefully you're kind of getting the idea here of what I'm going for. And this goes back. There's like 2 window sections, right? So there's this one, there's a block, and there's another one, something like that. Cool. And it's just like the same thing, but it's like a bit longer over here. Something sort of like that. Like this one looks longer. Like this window section looks wider than this. So I think it's something like this, sort of. And like the stone sort of carries out through here. Trust the process. Trust the process. All right. What are we doing? I think I like this. I think I just kind of like how it's coming along, like compositionally, you know what I mean? Even though I'm using a lot of placeholder blocks. I may as well get another placeholder block out. It's sort of like a staircase that's coming up like along this side. It's sort of like green, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of like nature. So I think I'm gonna have it be a mix of like stairs and like slopes and like all that. Like maybe it like goes across, kind of goes into like whatever is behind this, you know what I mean? So something like that. That's not bad. I actually like that. I don't know. All right, so at the angle that this AI sort of like thing is at, you can't really see what's behind this top part. So I'm gonna interpret it as like another section being here, I think, which just I feel like makes sense for the shape. I feel like if this whole top was empty, it would look kind of weird. So that's how I'm gonna choose to interpret it, because again, like it's kind of at like this sort of angle, and there's like a vine there, so you can't see back there. So this is what I'm gonna do. I think it's gonna look a lot better this way. I don't know. We'll see. All right. A lot of trust the process here, but I like what we got. I sort of like blended it back here because you can't see anyway. So I'm gonna do some basic texturing, but I think it's time to get like what will actually be the blocks in, and hopefully it doesn't look terrible. I don't know. So red wool will be some sort of like texturing of stone bricks. Orange wool will be something like terracotta, maybe a different terracotta though, like a more orange, probably orange terracotta actually. Just, you know, a bit more vibrant. And then white wall might just be like, I know people are gonna say like sandstone or something. It's in a sunset. You could tell that it's white, and then like the whole image has like an orange hue on it, which color shifts it. So it is white. So maybe, I mean, maybe just like a white texture sort of thing. Like it's not quartz really, I don't think. Quartz is gonna look way too clean in this sort of build, I think. I might change it, but we'll try quartz for now. It just looks a bit too modern, but maybe once we get vines and everything on it, it won't. But all right, I'm kind of liking it. I don't know, in like a weird way. All right, next up, I think I'm gonna try to figure out where I want all the roofs to go. Like this one, for example, is pretty obvious, I think, in my opinion. It's just kind of something like this. Leave like a little bit of white space there because you could see it, and just something like that. And yeah, that's pretty accurate, even if it looks kind of bad. I'll worry about that later. This one's kind of similar, but like you can see stone brick through here, so I don't really know. Okay. And up at the top here, there's like some sort of like under sort of side thing, and I don't really know what that's supposed to be. It looks like tough almost, but I don't think there's any way that would look good, so I'll think about it. All right, that all looks pretty bad. All right, we'll be honest here. We can be upfront, but just like every other build in this video, it all looks kind of bad until the end. So I got hope. I think I'm gonna do what I did with the last house and just go like section by section, right? So first up, I'm gonna focus on the bottom and like this sort of like stone area. I think that's just the easiest way to go about this. And once I'm happy with it, I can move up to like the orange and then the white. All right, so something like that for the shape of this path. I just wanted to get like the idea of the path in for now, because like it kind of I feel like is important because it's a very nature focused build. I feel like so something like that. There's like a grass path in the middle. I think it'll look tough. All right, let me get a quick palette out for this stone brick part. All right, so something like this I think is a palette I like. I don't know how much I'm gonna use of like the extremes of it. I think a lot of it will be like from tough to like stone, but we'll get a bit of andesite and a bit of moss in there too. All right, that's low-key like the stone part about done in terms of like texturing. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's already coming along. I'm actually like, come on, like hold up, I'm cooking. Next up, the orange part, which is a lot smaller. I don't really know how I'm gonna texture this. I'm not even 100% sold on orange terracotta. I like the way it looks, but like if I can't find any way to make it look good with like I need stairs for it, right? So there's orange sandstone here. I think red sandstone, wow, incredible. Anyway, I think if I do something like this with a bit of like red sand, we're even, why is red sand all the way down here? Red sandstone's whatever. I think if I do like a little bit of like a mix here, right? Like that's not bad. I like that. That looks pretty good. Has both blocks in it. Nice texture, you know, looks fire. Obviously it's a bit more orange than the original image, but can't win them all, you know? Okay, so you remember my bit earlier in the video where I was like, it's probably white. Like, I agree, but like the sandstone just looks so much better. Yo, editor, remove the part earlier where I say it will be quartz and that it's white. Please, editor. Yo, editor. I edit my own videos, bro. All right, yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it is worth it. It's like, the color, you know, it's a, yeah, you know, quartz is a bit yellow anyway, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's about the same. But I actually really like the way this house is coming along now. I'm really happy with it. That was a good change. That was a good change. I'm gonna texture the sandstone part. I mean, sandstone's pretty easy to texture. It just has other variants. And then after that, we'll, I guess, get this kind of like path part in, and then we'll just, I really think the nature will be what saves this build. Like, I think once we get all the plants in, it'll look really sick. But yeah, for now, quick texturing, and then we'll move on to that. All right, it's low-key beautiful. I'm happy with it. Fire. This thing should be pretty simple. I think first I'm gonna set as dirt, perfect. And then over here is kind of a lot of stone, so we'll get some of that in, I guess. Actually, like most of the path is sort of like cobblestone and dirt, so it shouldn't be too bad. A couple stone bricks in there though, I guess. Right, a bit of grass and moss and everything on this path, and I think it's probably about done. I mean, like, it's pretty simple, but I think it does add a lot to the build. Kind of like just atmospheric almost, I don't know. Low-key fire, get some vines going. All right, can't complain. Low-key, cannot complain. I think what we're gonna do now is, just like I did earlier, I'm gonna go layer by layer and then add like a lot of like really important detailing stuff. Just stuff I see in the AI image here. First up, there's like a bit of an overhang on this, which I noticed earlier, so that's why I kind of, you know, left some space here. But something like that it does kind of suck. Like, there's no like cracked stairs, so the texturing is gonna look a bit worse, I guess, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, something like that, and then obviously we'll have like a wall here and like flower pots, sort of like the AI picture. Kind of almost looks like there's like a flower pot thing here, so we'll just get that in. Some trapdoor, kind of looks like spruce. We'll get flowers in there later. I don't want to make a whole interior, but I need something in here just because you can see through. So something simple, like a small like shop in here or something. All right, I think it's like a convincing enough interior. I don't know, like nothing too crazy, but it's obviously like a plant shop, so I'm happy with it. Let's just get a bunch of grass and plants on the bottom layer here real quick, and then I think we can move on to the next floor. All right, I think that's the bottom floor done. I'm actually like really happy with it. looks kind of sick. I don't know. Where did you come from? Next up, second floor, more of the same. There is a lot of flower pots sort of like on this balcony here. So I think I might just like kind of extend this sort of like flower shop aesthetic all the way up with maybe like housing up here or something. But a lot of plants also, like a lot of leaves kind of like here on like this height. But yeah, let's get some stuff in real quick. A real quick lantern, probably like here and here. Why not, I guess. All right, that's floor number 2 done. Next floor. It's almost like therapeutic, you know? All right, yo, low-key, like, this is one of my favorite houses I've built in a while, I think. I'm gonna real quick finish up this final floor. Again, just leaves, quick balcony here, some plants on the left. I'm gonna add a seating area here, I think. And then maybe I'll try to get this, like, sort of gray trim up here. I'm not entirely sure on that. But yeah, it's gonna be it. Let's finish this up here. This house is dedicated to my patron Emily. I appreciate your support. But with that, that's gonna be it for this house. I am really happy with it. Quick share look. Like, actually, hold up. Like, why is that like one of the best houses I've ever built, low-key? Like, I don't know. I'm like super happy with it. But yeah, with that, it's gonna be about it for this video. I really appreciate if you made it to the end. You're the GOAT. I got a Discord link down below, discord.gg/rowannn with 2 N's. A lot of people in there, you know, maybe stop by, you know, post your builds. I don't know, who knows? Who knows? Let me know down below what your favorite build was from this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. And of course, thank you to my patrons Aelic, ThaMango, Tommi, Natural High, Lezlo, Crumbcakes, Speckyrifl, Bluebee, Val, GuyBuddy, Olivia, Birdsknees, and Emily. See ya.